Good evening and welcome. Tonight I'm going to talk about a brand that every child and adult worldwide knows and loves. It brings nostalgia to many people and helped many to find their creative outlet from a young age, but that we might not know the history behind, and the brand I'm talking about is Crayola. Draw the picture in your head. You're a kid again with a brand new coloring book and box of Crayola crayons. It was a happy memory that many people can relate with and help them find a hobby that a lot of people still love today. Tonight, we're going to color 3 pictures. During our first picture, we'll talk about the history of the brand. During our second picture, we'll talk about the evolution of the brand and their products. And during our third picture, we'll talk about the use of their products today. Starting with our first page, we'll talk about the history behind the brand itself. According to Thought Co., it started in 1885 when Edwin Binney took over his father's lamp factory with his cousin that produced carbon black, which at the time was used for pretty much everything: painting, ink for printing, shoe polishing, coloring paper, pencil lead, crayons, and dyeing car tires, which had previously been white. It's clear that at this time the world needed a little more color, which Edwin Binney could agree with. The brand continued to evolve, and in the early 1990s they created the first dustless white chalk. And Edwin Binney began to show some concern for the use of carbon black, as at the time it had become one of the #1 causes of lung cancer. He worried most for the children having to use their products every day with their crayons or other supplies. So he began to draw up a plan for a safer oil crayon with more variety of color. He wanted to create everything imaginable. He was successful in making a different crayon using non-toxic paraffin wax and color pigment. Now he needed a name. After speaking with his wife, he came to combine the words cray, meaning chalk, and oleogenics, meaning oily, to create the word of the brand we all know today, Crayola. The first box consisted of 8 colors: black, brown, blue, red, purple, orange, yellow, and green, and were sold for 5 cents a box. But obviously now they're much more expensive and things have changed, which brings us to our second picture, which is the evolution of their brand and products. Their brand has changed a lot over the years, especially considering their 8 colors now is up to 120 different colors of crayons. And crayons aren't the only product that they sell today. They also have colored pencils, markers, paints, clay, coloring books, and a lot more. They are now the #1 brand of crayons in children's art supply. Now to our third and final picture is the use of their products today. Many children use their crayons for coloring, and students of all ages use many of their products for school supplies. If you want to make any sort of craft, you can pretty much use Crayola products alone to make it. If you want to make a clay sculpture, you can use Crayola products alone, or any type of paper or card, you can use Crayola alone. Crayola is found pretty much anywhere you go: in the classroom, maybe in your home, where you work, and if you go to any store down any craft aisle, you'll find dozens of products with their name stamped across it. Now to recap, we colored our first picture and talked about the history behind the brand, starting off as a lamp factory producing carbon black. Then we went to our next picture, the evolution behind their brand and products, creating what it is today, and our third picture, which is the use of it now. I hope that this presentation showed you more the history and story behind the brand that everyone loves, and you can see why Crayola really is the art of childhood.